Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS for the true leaders of Israel today, and the salutations to my Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers Caesar or Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we are the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Yakalia from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about reincarnation, and partially inspired by the Queen's death, right? Of course, it's a big thing around the world right now that the Queen of England has passed. And of course, those of us in the truth, we know that she is a part of the wicked elite of Esau Edom. Esau Edom are these so-called white people, and they are not white, but they are red, as it pertains to the book of Genesis. Okay? And now what happens to the queen? Or rather, what happens to any individual when they pass from this world? Well, in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 7, it says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was." All right, so currently we are in these fleshly bodies that decay and age, and we do die, right? So the body decays, and as it says, the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. So, plain and straight to the point, the spirit goes back up to the Heavenly Father. All right, now we can look at reincarnation very quickly from Etim Online. It says reincarnation from 1829. Fact of repeated incarnation, state of being embodied anew. All right, so it says from re, okay, because we're going to have to break down reincarnation. Re is back. Again, incarnation, it says a new embodiment. This is from 1854. So down here, you see, re, back from, back to the original place. Also, again, a new once more. All right, so let's go down to incarnation from C 1300, embodiment. Hold on, let's pick out the correct thing. Act of being made flesh. Let's go further down from the Latin incarnare, be made flesh, from in flesh, a piece of flesh, as person or thing that is the embodiment, from 1742. So really what this is saying is that reincarnation, back, incarnation in flesh. All right, because we come back in flesh because we are reincarnated. We have all lived many lives before, and we have all been reincarnated. Okay, so the spirit goes back up to the Most High, and then what happens after that? Let's jump to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14. And it says in verse 35, "For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared." So after death, when it is that we pass in this flesh and the spirit returns to the Most High, then shall you receive your judgment, and then you are sent back to the earth to live that judgment. All right, and that's it. Now, in regards to the queen, who is an Edomite, and all Edomites, let's get into what we know her judgment to be, right? Of course, the specifics of the judgment can't tell you what her lifetime is going to be specifically, like what she's going to experience, but we know from the scriptures, we have a broad understanding of what will happen to the Edomites in the days to come, specifically in the kingdom of heaven when Yahushua returns and establishes his rulership. All right, the Edomites have a judgment to pay for, right? As it says in the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right, so the Edomites have done this unto our people. All right, we are the saints, the Israelites, and they led us into captivity. They killed us with the sword, and they will be facing this judgment in the days to come. All right, Yahushua is going to be putting all of these heathen into captivity. Specifically, the Edomites are going to get it the worst, as they are the sons of the wicked, and they have done what they're done, and they're doing what they're doing right now, and there will be more things to come in the very near future that they will be doing that will further seal the level of judgment that will be coming upon them. All right? They are going to be living a very harsh life. The curses are going to be falling upon them. The curses that the Israelites face right now, the Edomites are going to be facing. So this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. I'm just going to start at the top. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord Yahweh thy power hath driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord Yahweh thy power, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, that then the Lord Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh thy power hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Okay, so this is the mercy shown unto the nation of Israel from Yahweh Shemei Shai. This is coming very soon. And the Lord, Yahweh thy power, will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will circumcise thine heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and that thou mayest live. Okay? And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So the curses are coming for these heathen, starting with these Edomites, man. Okay? It says in the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Okay? So the heathen are going to be our slaves, right? She going straight into slavery. Okay? Not only her, but the rest of her nation. All of them are going straight into slavery. All right? And you know, that old decrepit body that she had, it really wasn't fit to serve in the kingdom. What's she really going to do? You know what I'm saying? In the kingdom, she's going to be coming back through whichever bloodline, you know, or whichever seed, the Edomite seed, and she's going to be birthed in the kingdom of heaven, and she's going to be put straight into slavery. All right, and as she grows, she's going to be, you know, doing whatever it is that slavery entails. All right, and that's why for you Edomites, man, this is going to be my last precept. In the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Who are the Edomites once again? These so-called white people. They rule the world today. In Job chapter 9, verse 24, it says that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. They are the wicked. You know that they're the wicked because of the things that they do that are contrary to the ways of the scriptures, contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shemei Shai. That's very plain to see. That dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished O daughter of Zion. So our punishment is coming to an end. We are going to have to go through the time of Jacob's trouble, though, which that's going to be real bad upon the wicked, unbelieving of our people, and then the 2/3 up in America that will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, man. Okay? But the elect will be preserved, and the elect will be saved. And when it is that Yahushua returns, that is when our punishment will be finished. Okay? He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And the Edomites, they have a lot to pay for all of the atrocities that they did unto the nation of Israel. The list will be here all day. Okay? But that's what it is. Reincarnation is real, and we have all lived several lifetimes, and there is a judgment set for the heathen that is to come. And by the way, the Edomites as well, in the book of Obadiah, verse 18, it makes it plain and very clear that after they serve their captivity under the Israelites, that they shall be destroyed. With that, I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemin Shai B'Hashem Kodesh, Wa Abad Babal Shalom.